It is harder to find a bigger Trump brown-noser than Greg Kelly on Newsmax. He just loves Trump, tries to give him the easiest possible interviews. And Trump still manages to make a fool out of himself. Now, here, you all know I am loving the triggering around the Bad Bunny stuff. I love that they want to argue that the Bad Bunny's not American. He is. He's Puerto Rican. Puerto Rico's part of the United States. I love that they hate that Bad Bunny spoke Spanish on Saturday Night Live on Saturday. I love it. I absolutely love it. And here is Trump saying he's never really heard of Bad Bunny, but this is terrible and it shouldn't be happening and it shouldn't be allowed.
The NFL just chose the Bad Bunny Rabbit or whatever his name, this guy who hates ICE. He doesn't like you. He accuses everything he doesn't like of racism. Do you think maybe we should just kind of entertain blowing off the NFL like a boycott or something along those lines?
They've been boycotting the NFL for how many years has it been? Let me see here. What year did Colin Kaepernick take a knee? 2016. They've been boycotting the NFL for a decade. First, it was Colin Kaepernick. Then it was other people kneeling during the national anthem. Then it was it that the NFL was like doing something for Black History Month? I don't even remember. Then it was that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are woke or something like that. And then now it's Bad Rabbit that they don't like.
Guy does not seem like a unifying entertainer. And a lot of folks don't even know who he is.
I never heard of him. I don't know who he is. I don't know why they're doing it. It's like crazy. And then they blame it on some promoter that they hired to pick up entertainment. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. And while we're at it, I'd like them to change the kickoff rule, which looks ridiculous with it.
Trump equally is infuriated by Bad Bunny and by the kickoff rule.
The ball is kicked, and the ball is floating in the air, and everyone's standing there watching it. It's ridiculous. It's not any safer than the regular kickoff. I think it just looks so terrible. I think it really demeans football, to be honest with you. It's a great game, but it demeans football. Do you know what I mean by that? The kickoff rule, the new kickoff.
Oh yeah, Greg Kelly is really into that. I really hope that Bad Bunny does end up performing, and I say that you might be saying, why wouldn't he? There are rumors being floated that the blowback is such that the NFL is going to, find some way out of having Bad Bunny perform. I think that probably won't happen. I cannot, but go ahead and boycott the NFL. We just don't care. You've been boycotting it supposedly for 10 years for 10 different reasons. Just go ahead and do it. And I love that a Puerto Rican singer is what is now triggering them and sending them off the culture war cliff. Donald Trump telling again the lie that he saved Los Angeles because Gavin Newsom had no water. This is not true, but Greg Kelly loves this story.
And we'll do it in other places that need it. We saved Los Angeles. I'll tell you, if you look, we did this a few months ago with Gavin Newsom in Los Angeles, and we saved it. That place, it would have burned to the ground, and the head police person.
There was a protest of in a 2 by 3 block area
in Los Angeles said, if they didn't do this, we wouldn't. They totally lost control. By the way, 2 weeks later, he was saying, no, they could have done it themselves. Is the old story. But we literally saved Los Angeles from burning to the ground, along with the other half that burned to the ground because Newsom didn't have any water.
And of course, this entire water thing has been widely debunked. It's not true. Los Angeles doesn't get its water from the Pacific Northwest the way Donald Trump claims. None of it is true. But this is a softball easy interview. And Trump still can't control himself. Trump was asked, are you going to invoke the Insurrection Act formally because of what's happening in Portland? Trump goes, it's what's happening there is the insurrection. What?
The Insurrection Act, is that going to be formally invoked? Is that a way to kind of get around all this opposition?
Well, it is a way to get around it. If we don't have to use it, I wouldn't use it. If you take a look at what's been going on in Portland, it's been going on for a long time, and that's insurrection. I mean, that's pure insurrection. And then you'll have a governor get up and say, there's absolutely nothing wrong. And you see these places are burning down, like in Chicago with Pritzker. They lose 5 a weekend, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11.
30.
It's crazy. And like 35 are shot. You look at some of the bigger weekends, and they'll have 11 dead, 11 murdered, and 50 shot. And then he gets up on television, tells everyone how safe it is. It's not safe, and we'll make it safe. I can make it safe.
And then finally, capping off this unhinged interview with a word salad so impenetrable that even the people that are like decoding the Dead Sea Scrolls are unable to penetrate what the hell is Trump talking about. And by the way, the one thing I do hear Trump say here is some footage from Portland. I think what he's describing is months old. I don't believe it's happening at this point in time.
Interview, very interesting. They interviewed people before and something, and I'm watching, and a woman said, I don't care who they bring in. People are being killed here. I just want it to stop. They can bring in whoever they want. People don't care. They want it to stop. And that's what we did. We brought in the National Guard into D.C., and it's now one of the safest. It went from a very unsafe city to one of the safest cities in the country. It took 12 days, and then let's say give us a couple of more days after that, figure a month, but it took 12 days before the crime really stopped, and after it stopped. And, our soldiers are not politically correct. These are, we won the case on merit at the Supreme Court. These people are there for merit. They're there because they should be there, and they look like soldiers. And they went in, and they just cleaned it up. And they're doing the same thing right now in Memphis, Tennessee.
I believe that the incident Trump is referring to is months old, and this reinforces my belief that Donald Trump is simply being shown old videos and claiming that they are taking place right now. A softball interview, no hard questions from a friendly anchor who is a suck-up to Trump, and it's still terrifying. Something is very wrong here. Now, on the bonus show today, we are going to talk about the burning down of the house of a South Carolina judge who criticized the Trump administration. Next thing you know, the house is gone. AOC is telling her supporters to laugh at Stephen Miller's insecure masculinity. She's getting at something that these people are really self-conscious about. I think it's very interesting. And then finally, UFC fights at the White House. What? Yes, we will discuss, and it is absolutely embarrassing. All of those stories and more on today's bonus show.
Oh, the bonus show where you want to make money, but everybody else that makes money to fund themselves is bad.
You can sign up at joinpakman.com. I'll see you then and be back here tomorrow. Every time you Google your name, you will probably find dozens of sites that expose your personal information. This can include phone number, home address, family details. It's just sitting there waiting to be scraped or abused. Incogni is a privacy service. They go after these sites on your behalf. They contact the data brokers. They demand your data be removed, which the brokers are legally required to do. Incogni will automatically remove your information from hundreds of the biggest and most notorious data broker sites, but you're not just limited to those. You can use Incogni's custom removal if you find your info on a website outside of Incogni's default list. The team at Incogni will work to get that information removed. This is how you protect yourself and your family from identity theft, financial scams, harassment, even AI-powered profiling by ad companies. And Incogni's data removal process is the only one verified independently by Deloitte. This gives them a unique level of credibility. Try Incogni risk-free and get 60% off when you go to incogni.com/Pakman and use the code Pakman. The link is in the description.